Yeah, also, I'm sorry if my eyes are looking in a weird direction. Um, I'm using a computer where the webcam is in the bottom left corner, so I apologize. Guys, my presentations is not going to be too long this time around. I mostly just wanted to say hello, let everybody know that KPISS is still going strong, and I wanted to give people a quick tour about the features of the platform, things we do, to anyone that happens to be new here. So if any of this is familiar, well, welcome, and new people welcome, everybody. The one thing I will say is I did actually just want to talk a little bit about well, so we're kind of, I don't know if it's cheating, but we use Live 65, which is now SoundStack. And, it's been pretty great for us. People do enter in the live reporting of what they're playing through Audio Hijack, and of course it takes, it's the switch on and off from live to the playlist via SoundStack works great with us as well as their blanket licensing. So no complaints there, although obviously, I would love to be nerdy enough to set up our own server and cut costs down, but it's pretty great. One thing I do want to say, and this is why I opened up with our tune-in page, is actually I am a bit frustrated because I don't know if you guys have experienced this, and this is just something that I want to talk about and with web radio in general, is so it used to be free to be on TuneIn. If you were grandfathered in, it's still free. If not, I believe it's really expensive. It's something like $1,000 a year to be on TuneIn, and they're kind of like sort of like gatekeepers to being on Alexa and Google, the smart devices. So I guess, it's just something to keep in mind is, how do we get on the smart speakers without having to go through TuneIn? Because a lot of people also discover the station through TuneIn, which also sucks because they hear ads. But I find, like, especially older people, when they're trying to find the station, their first go-to, unfortunately, is TuneIn, and they lose out on a lot of, first of all, they lose out because of ads, and then they lose out because of, all the unique features that our platform has. And I may or may not be saying that because I'm salty about losing my tech support specialist job at TuneIn, but yeah, they suck. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. The next slide. Do I do it or do you do it?
No, you should do it. You have button at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, sorry. Oops, my bad. I was really good at my tech support job despite not knowing how to use that button. I had that job for like 2 years. Okay, so this is the front of page, and what's really cool about this is our schedule here. So when we're not playing, we have a funny term for the playlist, like auto DJ, but we call it auto DJ. And this actually is integrated with Google Calendar. We made a special thing our web developer did. So we can just put the name of the show into Google Cal, and it will automatically update whenever that person is live. And this is great because we do have people switch schedules once in a while, so I don't have to worry about it. I just put it in the Google Cal and this switches, and this really lets people know what's going on, which is really fun. And we do most of our news and all of that is all just through Twitter and Instagram, so it's kind of fun. We'll have our what's going on there, which is really, it's kind of all you need for us anyway. And then of course we have this chat room here, and this is a lot of fun. We get a lot of active people. We use FlyZoo for our chat, which we're still pretty happy with. The one weird thing about FlyZoo is it has like swear word moderation. Like there's a few words that I put in there that I don't want people using because the chat in KPISS gets pretty crazy sometimes. But and it stars out certain words, which I think is fun. Except I don't know if you guys have experience using FlyZoo, but I found that FlyZoo sometimes has a mind of its own, and it'll moderate words that I didn't tell it to. So that's kind of fun. This is the schedule, which again is integrated with the Google Calendar, and it's fun. The day of the week changes. You click on it, and it takes you to the page. And this the nice thing with the schedule is it should automatically change to your time zone, which is very useful. We do have shows from Brazil and from Sweden, although most of us are in Brooklyn. Some of us are in California and Texas. This is what a show profile page looks like. So it has the time, and then this is like general. It's funny, they put the genre anything else I feel like playing, which is very, very typical of KPISS. Although I do ask people to put like a couple of genres that they generally play, even though they're allowed to deviate from that because it's free form, just so people kind of like know what they're generally in for. This is when you click into the episodes page. We have the Mixcloud here. And a pro tip, I actually made sure that we were not using Mixcloud Select because it was, it's like a Patreon that's connected to Mixcloud. So I just made sure that we were not using that. And then we've got the playlist here. And then we have something really cool where we ask all the DJs to feature an artist that has a Bandcamp profile. And we found it's a really good way to promote individual music, where you can actually physically go to their page and you can buy physical and digital merch from the artist directly. And this is fun. This is our Discover feature, so you can put in the name of a song or a genre that you like, and it'll bring up everybody that ever played that. So that's a fun way to really like zone in on niche content and find the right show for you. And this is just a little bit more about us, and I didn't have the whole, you can go to the site if you want more pictures of the community. We're currently at about 47 DJs right now, and a good 30% of those are female. I hate when I start talking and then I say the last word like it's a question. It's a bad habit of mine. Anyway, but I need to get my statistics right. That's why my vocal inflection rose as a question there. But I'm very proud of how many females are involved in the project, and they're excellent DJs and community focused people. There's not always a lot of women in this game, so I'm very, very, very proud of that. And we were featured in 2022 in May in a business magazine called Edify, which is really funny because a lot of the other stuff in there, it's got like stuff about like real estate, and it's a real kind of business magazine, so it was fun to have an arts organization in there. And they were focusing on how we really, even though some of our DJs do play from Spotify, the article was really focusing on how we're supporting independent music and all that. And I just thought it was kind of cool because, just an odd but good positioning of press. And I'm just happy that after 7 years of running this, that people can still find things to write about that we're doing and spread the word. So that's really cool. And this was I just wanted to show you guys the Bandcamp thing in action a little bit more. So this is the track here in this, for example. This is a great show, 7 p.m. on Fridays, Bad Conditions. This guy uses all vinyl, Brett Burton. Really good show to check out. Really funny banter too. That's another thing, is we really encourage all of our DJs to back announce and talk to the audience and chat. So you're really getting, we're all here because we enjoy like the human aspect of radio. But that's something that we really push here too. And see, that was the artist. This is their Bandcamp direct. It's really exciting to us. And they happen to do a little photo shoot with me. As you can see, I look a little crazy today, but I clean up nice. And guys, that's honestly, that's it for me today. And I am, last year I mentioned that I guess during the pandemic, I was getting a little more into, the hardware side. I wanted to make a broadcast box like Blast Radio. I know there was a presenter that had done something like that. I find that people are still very happy to set up their own studios, primarily using Audio Hijack or BUTT broadcast using this tool. Some people use Mix. All of those things seem to work well for us. So, and of course, post-pandemic, I moved to upstate New York, and there's just more space here and cheaper space and more people willing to collaborate. So there may actually be a chance for us to bring the physical Clubhouse studio back because it's cheaper out here. So that's like an exciting thing to think about as well. And that does it for me. I'm happy to open up the Q&A, although my eye line is still very weird with the camera being where it is. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sheri. So, is there any question or comments or yeah?
You're welcome.
So do you plan to set up like parties or like if?
Oh yeah, 100%. We had a really, really, really great my 6th or 7th anniversary party in November.
Okay.
And yeah, we're in Kingston, New York right now. I'm actually at a co-working space in Kingston, New York, in one of their fancy little photo booths. I got a free pass for the day, and yeah, there's so much space up here. There's a really cool German curator that has an art gallery, massive art gallery on the water called Artport. They're really interested in radio. So again, like if they can give us free space, like, and we can have events there, yeah, we're really, really into that. I'm really glad to be back in New York again and able to do those things.